This season is very interesting because I know that everyone is stressed with exams, but I'm going to show you and give you some tips on how things can actually be manageable. The first one is, what exactly is my favorite studying technique? I know there are so many, but I try to combine active recall and the Pomodoro technique. Basically, what you do is that you divide your studying sessions. Instead of doing long, continuous 6 hours of lessons, you just divide your lessons into you just divide your studying hours into, like, let's say for example 50 minutes, right? And then you actually rest for the other 10 minutes. So it's 50 minutes of rest followed by another 50 minutes. This allows you to keep your focus. And then active recall. There's a problem with just writing down notes. It's very passive. You don't remember what you write down. This is where the problem with cramming comes in. But then when it comes to active recall, you basically read a textbook, right? And then you write down everything that you remember whilst the textbook is closed shut. And because of that, it allows you to concentrate and maybe fix errors that you've misinterpreted. How exactly are you supposed to manage exam stress? I know you're feeling pressurized. There are your parents, we've got teachers, you're finishing school late, and it's very stressful. But what you do is, number one, you have to interact with your friends. Keep people who make you happy around you, because those people will give you strength and confidence and will actually lower your stress. Moreover, you don't have to be perfect when you're studying. It's okay to make mistakes, and you should try to learn from them instead of just judging yourself for making those mistakes. And try to do something. It's okay to watch TV, but then don't spend the whole day watching TV, or don't spend the whole day on social media. During those breaks, you can do things that are relaxing. You can maybe play sports, or you can play video games, but then keep it for a short time, because it's just a good stress reliever so that you aren't under constant stress. And the last thing that I would like to help you with is how exactly you remain focused when you're studying. We already gave you the Pomodoro technique. The other way is to keep that phone away. I know most people start with their phones by their sides. That doesn't work. You keep your phone in a separate room from you, and you try to deal with the textbooks or the past papers that are in front of you. Moreover, you have to try to isolate yourself. As much as group discussions are good, when you want to do like something that's really intense, you have to be in your own room at home. You tell everyone, guys, may you please exit the room, or may everyone please exit the living room, or turn off the TV, so that you actually get intense focus time and you can actually do what you're supposed to do. That's all, and good luck everyone. I know you can do this.
Studying can be quite a difficult and complex part of your life, but with me, I've got some study techniques that you can take as an option. I use the Feynman technique, which is when you read something, then you act as if you're teaching people, but you're talking to yourself. This helps in active recalling, especially when it comes to exams, because it is proven by many scientists that what you can teach, you can as well learn, you can as well remember and write in an exam. So this can help you, like, when you are preparing for exams. Usually when I am preparing for my exams, I have a go-to snack. I usually take blueberries because they help boost your brain and with memory, and also dark chocolate. It helps with memory to help you remember what you've learned, what you've done, and everything. So I don't know as for you, what you can go for. For me, studying is like a game of chess where you have to master the rules. And mastering the rules is like mastering the syllabus and many topics. And also, you need to practice a lot, which is practicing past papers, as well as learning your opponent and getting to know them. So learning your opponent is like studying what the examiner will ask in the exam, because an examiner is like your opponent, someone who wants to pull you down using many tactics. But by mastering the rules, which is the syllabus, and by practicing a lot, you can still pull it off.
So my go-to snack, normalement, Je mange sandwich au fromage et je bois le chocolat chaud. Basically, that means that means normally I eat a cheese sandwich and drink hot chocolate. What makes me nervous is the pressure that I get from probably my peers, my teachers, and my parents. But most importantly, I feel confident because my literature teacher, Mrs. Gonde, always says, as I quote, I can and I will. And that always gives me the confidence to face my examinations. Additionally, I also remember the thing that failure is a choice that one takes, and it needs sweat for you to fail rather than to succeed. So it actually makes me confident to face my exams.
Personally, I'm someone who reads a lot, and I follow quotes. And there's this quote that says, "You have to prepare until success becomes inevitable." So what makes me confident during exam season is knowing all the time I put in preparing and studying before exam season came, such that I'm more composed and I'm more relaxed when the actual exam season comes. So in terms of being nervous, I wouldn't like to speak on that because we don't want that to happen. So being A-level and being upper six, different subjects require different levels of energy. So the go-to study snack really depends on what we're studying that day. I'm quite strong in computer science, so you'll find that if I'm studying computer science, I'll eat something light, maybe a cereal, maybe some chips. If I'm studying physics, for example, or maths, it's a different story. Maybe we're even eating rice or even eating sadza before we study. Okay, so it really just depends on what we're studying that day, how long we want to take, and what really we're focusing on. My last question is, how do you manage exam stress? It's a bit of a tricky question because it depends as well. But the major thing for me is I try to keep my faith in the Lord. I try to cast all my fears upon Him. Because I know that whatever, as long as I'm working hard, the Lord will help someone who helps themselves, right? So as long as I've put in effort before exam season comes, I don't really need to stress that much when I'm going for my exams. Of course, there are things like taking my mind away from my academics, like watching football. I play volleyball, playing volleyball, robotics, I'm avid in that, public speaking, or being creative. But the main thing for me is I take time, I kneel down, and I speak to the Lord. And I pray that He hears my prayers and He answers them.